men, especially if they're very, very successful, will go for the younger women. I mean, I'm just saying from what I've seen. And I think there is that inequality of, like I said, I mean, we've all heard this, the older distinguished, the silver fox. You're not hearing silver fox about a woman. Even though I think there's very attractive
gorgeous older women.
Like Jane Fonda is 82 years old, and did you see her at the Oscars? I mean, she looks...
Yeah, that's true, but she's not...
I know, she's not the average, but still,
I don't mean to...
awesome.
I mean, she is attractive, but there was a lot of work that went into that. But I mean like a natural, real... Right. It's just we're so brainwashed that, like, wrinkles are bad and laxity. And I struggle with that, too. I mean, I look in the mirror and I, like, kind of pull my face up and go, what would this look like? I'm not going to say I'm immune to it. I'm just trying to be more accepting, and that's really tough. And by the way, there's a whole chapter. Let's talk about my book. No, There's a whole chapter on skincare, and it's all about natural skincare because that's really important, too.
Yeah, it's really important to take care of our skin and drink a lot of water and all of that too.
Yeah, and I love what you're saying, Jackie. I really do. And I think we sometimes don't see ourselves clearly either. Like I have women friends who are like, look at this wrinkle, and I'm like, I don't see anything, right? And I think we see a lot more in ourselves than other people. You notice that too, right, Tiffany? Like you'll find some flaw and nobody knows what you're talking about. Like I have this weird crinkle in my chin.
Expectation.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're at this number, so we are supposed to see this. Where is it?
Right.
You know what I think people need to stop doing is pointing out what they're insecure about. Like,
that's
if
true.
you ever notice somebody go, like, say something like, I hate my nose or whatever, and then that's all you can look at anymore. It's, I don't know, it's pointing out their own insecurity where we would have been like, it's a great nose,
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
I hate my hips or whatever it is. It's just all of a sudden. I think that pointing out our own flaws make them more real. But
yeah, or if somebody says, oh, you look so pretty today. Oh, no, I'm a mess. No. Just take the compliment and say thank you. Or, what are you talking about? I have this weird dimple or this weird line in my chin. Don't you see it? And then I put my chin up close. Like I'm insane. Right? Like, don't do that.
You notice my blemish, right?
That's right. See my pimple?
Tell us you see it. It just like it doesn't make sense what we do to ourselves. We make life harder on ourselves. Other than if we walked in the room and be like, I showered today. I feel so clean. Like, I don't know, just rather than, oh my gosh, I haven't showered in 2 days. It's like,
right. Or I walked around the block, or I ate a salad. I mean, whatever you can do to help yourself be healthier. That's the goal.
Why is it more acceptable for us to put ourselves down to other people rather than tell it? We're more embarrassed of bragging rather than insulting ourselves.
Well, it's interesting right now because my daughter is really struggling with her self-worth. People who know me, they know she has some learning differences, and she's the other kids see her as different. She sees herself as different, and I think she's amazing. I mean, she's an incredible girl. And so she's been working with this wonderful life coach, self-worth coach. Her name is Anne Boudreau. I have to shout her out. She's amazing, and it's really helped. And so now every morning we get up 10 minutes earlier, and she does a whole bunch of affirmations. I am beautiful. I am creative. I am smart. I'm not going to compare myself to others. Like all the stuff she's doing, when she's saying it out loud, I'm saying it out loud too. And part of it is about the neuroplasticity in our brains and that we actually can change our negative thought patterns. I think everyone should do this. And by the way, everyone should definitely get Anne Boudreau's book. It's wonderful. It's called A Human Mosaic. And it really is about turning off the negative messages, tapping into your self-worth and your self-love. And it's just beautiful. And we all need to do that. Because, you can exercise till the cows come home, but if you feel like you're just a piece of junk, what good is it, right? You need to look at, and that's why I like your show, because you have to look at your mental health as well.
We all have to, and we all have something to work on. And, and those that are running from their mental health or reasons to run or to ignore it, or they don't want to face it, that's usually because they're afraid of what someone will find. And they're afraid to be labeled. They're afraid that because they, they know that something's there. Right.
Yeah, it can be really, really tough. And I share in the memoir portions of my book, I felt like a loser. I mean, I was uncoordinated. I was not only picked last for gym, but literally this went on from like kindergarten through 8th grade. They fought over who got stuck with me. So I'm standing there. We don't want her. Well, we don't want her. We don't,
Sucks.
and it just.
I'm sorry you went through that.
Oh, it was horrible. I was super skinny, and everybody thought I was anorexic, and why don't you eat? I'm like, I'm eating all the time. I would eat peanut butter sandwiches before I go to bed. I was desperate to gain weight. I had the body of a 12-year-old prepubescent boy when I was 16. Like, I was no curves, no nothing. And then at 17, it was like the fairy of puberty came and finally granted me puberty.
The fairy godmother brought you boobs.
Right. I know. You know what's so funny, too, is this is in the 80s. My senior year in high school, people thought I had implants because I went from, if you see my pictures, I'm busty, and I had nothing, from nothing to like overnight. It was insane. But anyway, weird puberty in my family, apparently. But that loser stuck with me for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it creeps up sometimes, and sometimes I'll be like, oh, I need to post this because the people I went to school with who made fun of me, and my husband's like, hon, you need to move on.
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't care.
They probably don't even remember.
No, but I do.
Yeah, I know. No,
but I'm working on that because it affects my mental health,
You're sitting there
and I'm sure I'm not alone.
Look, I'm not skinny anymore, and I've got double D's. It's always nice to be able to just have them.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But I mean, it's just I had a lot of body dysmorphia. I've had a lot of things going on, and now, like I said, trying to accept what's changing rather than going out and trying to fix it. I mean, I'll be I totally off the subject, but I talk about filler in my book because I've had filler and I love it, and I like to be honest because when people say to me, "Oh, you look good for your age," I say, yeah, it's genes, it's eating well, and it's filler. Like, I'm not going to, I don't like if women are going to do stuff, and I know I'm getting off topic, just be honest about it, because otherwise you make a regular 50-something-year-old woman who hasn't done anything feel bad because they feel like they have to keep up, right? Or they feel like, why am I eating healthy, but my skin's more saggy, or what's going on? And I just think it's so important that we're open and honest about what we do, so we're not Does that make sense?
Yeah, on that topic, at Florida Family Medical Center, it's in downtown Clearwater, Whitney Vanacker, awesome esthetician.
Oh my God, I love my esthetician.
Florida Family Medical Center, and ask for Whitney, and she's the best, and somebody I'm hoping to promote more on the show.
Oh, good.
But Lisa, it's time for our second break, and I want to welcome callers. Call in again, 866-826-1340, 866-826-1340. I appreciate everyone's calls, and it's time for our second break. Please stay tuned. We'll be back with Moments of Clarity after this.
We will return to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Are you looking for a great book? If you like to root for the underdog, Joe Potosi's book is a book for you. A real American odyssey that will grab your attention with its fast-moving narrative. You won't be able to put this masterpiece down. When the Dust Settled by Joe Potosi. Go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Zulin Press.
Are you or your loved one suffering from addiction to drugs or alcohol? My name is Steven Sundquist, and I am a recovered addict. You are not alone. My team of dedicated professionals at All In Solutions Counseling Center is waiting to help you. With our evidence-based services, you can rely on us to help get your life back. We accept most major insurances and offer a variety of treatment options. Call now, 561-289-0779. Again, that number is 561-289-0779. 3 years ago, I made the call. Will you?
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Warner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hi, and welcome back. And if you're just tuning in, this is Moments of Clarity. My name is Tiffany Warner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And today we are talking, for Valentine's Day special, we're talking about relationships, self-image, healthy eating, and loving ourselves. I think first is what we're trying to say. Love yourself first, and then be loved by others, and let them love you for who you are. And everyone's beautiful. And my guest today is the author of Clean Eating, Dirty Sex, and a former sex educator and broadcaster. And we are covering so much. And it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. And we're on Facebook Live at Tiffany Warner, also on YouTube at Tan Talk Radio. And I want to welcome back to Moments of Clarity my guest, Lisa Davis.
Thanks, hon. I'm looking up. So is it Tan Talk Radio Network on YouTube? I want to see the question.
It should be Tan Talk Network.
Oh, Tan Talk Network. Okay, great. Yeah, because I'm really curious. That's so exciting.
I got two angles.
The
Facebook one's
oh,
much more
I
flattering.
see it live now. Wow. God, I wish I was there with you. So fun. Shoot, I just heard. Did you hear that? I had this sound. Oh, you just waved to me.
Anyway, okay, so let's get back to what we're talking about. I want to welcome callers. Caller in 866-826-1340. 866-826-1340. And welcome to call in relationship, any stories where your self-image got in the way of a good relationship too.
Oh, definitely.
And there's a lot of things that, there's so many self-esteem things that show up in my office. People afraid to put themselves on dating apps or don't think that they have the strength or the self-esteem to do that. And it's such a shame. We have to build up to that point that when people feel lonely, especially this holiday, there's a lot of people out there that, even though we laugh about it, we're like, it's nostalgic and pink and red, but there's a lot of people out there sad that they don't have a Valentine. And
Yeah, and that's the problem. This is so funny. You remember when we were in school, I don't know if they did this, but like on Valentine's Day, I know in elementary school everyone got a Valentine. Mm-hmm. But then when you went to middle school or for back in the early 80s, I went to junior high. And you could buy somebody a flower. Mm-hmm. And, of course, I never got one. And I remember my sister was in 8th grade, and I was in 7th grade. We were at the same junior high. And she got me a flower, and you had to pick a song. And she picked that song. I'm forgetting the name of the band, but it was that, I want to kiss you all over and over again, which is kind of weird if you think it's... But my sister was trying to get people to believe that it was from a boy. Yeah. Not Excess, but something like that.
Ed is gonna find
not
it.
Excess, that 80s group, but you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I just remember that because that was so sweet, because then other people are like, oh, of course, one of my friends was like, who would send you a flower? And I'm like, okay, I need new friends. My loser status has gotten contagious onto people who actually I thought cared about me. But I remember that. But it was terrible because I went all through high school, no boyfriend, no Valentine's Day. It wasn't until I went to college when I was 18 that this guy gave me this gorgeous piece of abalone that I still have. And he said, I love it because it reminds me of you. It's beautiful and vibrant. And that was like
What's
the moment.
abalone?
Abalone. And I was like, that
What
is
is
off.
it?
Some people might be, where's my... No, this was... And I still have it. And that was the first time I ever had a guy give me a Valentine's. But the sad thing is that as women, we're so trained, and as girls, that's the most important thing, that some guy give you a Valentine. That's sad, too.
Yeah.
Right?
There's your song.
Oh, who is it by?
This is by Exile.
Thank you. I knew it wasn't true. You do the things you do. Yeah, wasn't that sweet of her?
I thought middle school was the year of the secret note.
Well, I never got that either. But there was something for, I think it was for a charity, like buy a flower and send a note. And then, of course, you'd be sitting in class, and then the person would come in, and, of course, all the darn popular people would get the flowers, and all the people like me would be, like, so bummed. So when that came in, she didn't tell me she was doing it. I was like, oh, my God. And then I'm like, it's my sister. But I was like, but that's okay,
So someone, Amy Murther said, what if the person you're in a relationship with doesn't love themselves? How do you go on? It's a good question.
Oh, that is such a good question. That's the thing. I mean, I think if they don't love themselves, they need to look at why, obviously. And I think they need to talk to somebody. I mean, you're a mental health professional. You know that there's certain things that I think are so big that we could advise our partner, we could love our